Hello, good morning. My name is Oluwagbemiga Adekoya. Compliment of the season for December, and for today's training, it's going to be the continuation of what we talked about last week, business application of the 5 love language, and today will be business application 2, and it's going to check the effects on am I deciding to use my love language to work with a product-based organization or a service-based organization, and what role does my love language intends to play in how I can follow this principle by how can I do what I love and then love what I do. And then we're going to start with a quote. And the quote is from Wayne W. Dyer, and it says the same thing I just said earlier. Love what you do and do what you love. Why is it that people are beckoning more on the word love, 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 and love? Because on the pillar to which relationship can continue to be much, much better, much more stronger, the only thing that can keep sustaining it is love. Let's take, for example, somebody that is doing basic need of human being and then just feel like, today I don't feel like going to the market. Today I don't feel like cooking today. And people within that environment already have the mindset that this person will do this thing for us. We don't need to stress ourselves anymore. And that is when total genuine love and commitment, when it comes to play, you will not even think of yourself, and you will just realize that even if I don't feel like doing it, can I delegate 1 or 2 people that can make sure that this thing continue to be there? And then that is when people will not now be willing, like, even without her, without him, this thing will always be available. It's a thing of love that makes things to always to be able to continue to available. So let's roll into the training proper. So we're going to talk about business and love. We said business is the act of exchanging goods and services for money in order to meet people's needs and wants. Business is how can I exchange a particular service or product in exchange for money, but the money I'm collecting, is it meeting Miss Kate's need? Is it meeting Mr. Felix's desired service or desired wants? So once it can meet that aspect, then a complete cycle of a particular effort you want to render for someone will be totally met. So then we now say love will now enable us to be able to go extra mile. Even when you are feeling headache, when you are feeling tired, you won't see how, you won't know where you gain that energy from, and then you just want to do it. And then we say, what can I do even when I'm not being paid? It is what we should focus more of our energy towards. What can I do even when I'm not being paid? Can I still keep at it? Can I still get it done? Can I still be willing to do it much more better? Am I willing to get this thing innovated much more, that by the time I'm going to serve another customer the next week, they'll say, but this thing there is a change. I like it this way. Or even we'll be able to get feedback from customers as well, that those customers will now be willing to okay, why not add this, why not add this, why not add this, and then we keep improving and the product keep getting better. I don't know if you have sat in Toyota 1985 model or 1995 model Camry, that one that they call Mozu now, 1995, you'll be like, wow, there is power in starting something. Anything you want to start, it can never become better, it can never become big if you don't give the first shoot. I will see all this van, the one we are still using here in this part of the world, that they will use to carry us from Lagos to Ibadan, and check the luxurious bus that they are using in the other part of the world. You will even realize that you can't see all those types in other part of the world. Why? It's because Nigeria is not yet to be able to. Let's bet our own. Once we bet our own, it might look like we are moving in with wood. Before you know it, we'll add something to it. Before you know it, we'll add another thing to it. But we won't be able to add that another thing to it if we don't give birth to that first particular thing. And that is the impact of love, helping us to go extra mile, extra further. And the strength for that extra mile is there. The strength for that extra mile is there. Okay, at Adbond, we were starting at Obafemi Owode. Currently now, our customer already pushing us out that you guys are in comfort zone. Let's move to Ibadan. Let's go to Ibadan. And now at Adbond, at the team, we're now thinking, okay, maybe by April, okay, maybe by February, maybe by January. We're already contemplating because we are now ready to take that task on ourselves and then see how we can get it done. So let's go to the next slide. So the next slide is now talking about the two types of business. It's just two: service or product. Why? One you can see, one you cannot see. And I'm going to give us a beautiful awareness that is not in your mind. If you naturally realize in this part of the world, we always find it difficult to pay for services, but we find it so easy to pay for products. Why? We are people that is driven in a way that we are moved by what we see. If somebody said, okay, why not have a family lawyer? You ask, what's it doing for me? What's the lawyer going to solve for me? This part of the world don't appreciate that. Oh, why not have a family doctor? This part of the world may not appreciate that. But if you say, why not buy this ice cream? You don't even have to tell them that why not. They will like, I need this ice cream. My life depends on it. So we need to just make sure that we balance the way we see things. And then why? It's because of the way we are loved and because of the way we are wired towards physical items more than appreciating abstract things. And the good news is that why I put service first is that things you cannot see, when you submit to them, you later see their effect. And if you can't see the effect, you later feel the effect. And that is the same thing with our eStaff system, that we can't see all the staff working with us, but we can feel their impact based on we giving information out there via our podcast, our YouTube channel, and then they are getting those information. They are working with that information, because we say that if you listen to what we train and then you try to zap out your own action plan and you put it into action, in less than 90 days that you form a lifestyle with it, you will see a tremendous change by starting to sell something. You see something that you can add value to, that you can start making it useful to benefit other people's life. And then from there, little by little, by the time you do it much more stronger and more responsible, more serious, you realize that you can also build a business around it. And that's when we're saying we're going to come up with something called selling to business with time. So, and we said abstract and physical item. You will see the role, how our love language will come on board. So the next one is that we're going to give an overview of the 5 love language again, which we said there is one we call quality time, there's another one we call words of affirmation, there is one we call act of service, there's one that we call physical touch, the last one, which is the 5th one, receiving gifts. And how did we inherit our top 2 love language? I prioritize more on the top 2 love language. Like me, my top 2 love language is act of service, number 1. Second one is quality time. Good. So now Mr. Felix knows his top 2. You know your top 2. She knows her top 2. You know your top 2. I want to shock you. Do you know that our parents or guardians fill them up with an unconscious transfer? Do you know that they say human being, we are container, and container you can decide what to fill with it. And I'll give you a good illustration. Miss Grace, do you know that every house in Lagos there's a particular container that they put outside that they want to put dustbin trash, right? I know some houses too that have that same container in the house where they would like to put water that they will drink. You're familiar with that too. I know some family that has that same container in the house that is only their dirty clothes that they drop in it. The same way human being, we are like container. People define what they drop in us. So now our top two is, it does not come from heaven. It comes from either our parent or our guardian. The way they want to be loved, that is what they they deposit in us unconsciously. And also people we surround ourselves with, either our family or our friends. If you surround yourself more, if you notice that you like to draw more to your friends, it's because they are giving you your love language. Yeah. And there is a particular part in the holy books that says something that, why is it that people will naturally tend to move close to their friend more than their own biological brothers? Why? Because people out there, they tend to appreciate you more because they don't see you more. Why people that see you more tend to have this there is this that sense of common that maybe I always see you. There is nothing, you understand? So there is nothing much more about you that I need to know. Good. So those things, they go a long way, and that is where our love language, that is where they are formed, because of people that we surround per time. And I'll use myself as an example. My grandmother, she's a badass business guru. She knows what to sell per season. She's into fruits. They know when to buy, go to my 12 to buy orange. They know when to go to my 12 to buy granules. You understand? They know when to do this, and that is what they will do based on season. But my grandfather wants you to have quality time with him. Let's have conversation. You understand? Let's have conversation. If you can have conversation with him, then that's when he can do this. you get? That's when he can do that. And now I know how my love language is formed, because I stay more with both of them and I listen more to both of them. And then we'll now see the ripple effect on how we can determine, are we going to be good for service-based or product-based organization. Good. So the best fit love language type in business. The best fit love language type in business. Quality time is good for both service and products. So, but you now realize that in anything that you want to spend your quality time on, this is very, very important. In anything you want to spend your quality time on, know that it's something you can go extra mile for. Yeah, know that it's something that you can easily go extra mile for, either product or service. If you notice that this thing, I can't give it my 247. There's anybody that has this quality time as love. Number one, don't try to do anything you don't like to sit with. Number one, you'll be frustrated. Number two, you will not be happy. Number three, money will not come. And number four, you just always put yourself in a state that will always keep you depressed. In a state that will always keep us depressed. So we have to be defined. Which service did I want to work with? Which product did I want to work with? And then move with two. Pick one and then move with it. The next one is words of affirmation. Words of affirmation too can work as a service or a product based. But check, Miss Kate, what am I doing to people that people are telling me good things? That this my drug is curing them. You understand? It's killing coronavirus, which is the number one disease right now. This thing is doing this. This thing is doing that. oh, this my service is making people happy. Oh, people are really enjoying it. Like Taoma. You understand? Go see, if you are sad, go on her page. You can't click 10 and not be happy. It's a business, a service. If I can guarantee you that millions of organizations are giving money to Taoma to do what? To help them. To do what? To promote. Why? They see her as happy manufacturing industry. So she now she likes it. She's giving quality words and she's spending her quality time there and then giving it out to us. So check the service, check the product. If yours is words of affirmation, then the third one is if it's act of service. You can't even sell products. You will dash it all out. You will give it for free. An act of service person, just stick to service. Don't joke with it. Stick to service. Look out for service-based organization you can work with, you'll be willing to do for the rest of your life, and then stick to it. Why? Number 4, physical touch, products, and nothing else. Anything like car, like laptop, like phone, like biro, something you can see. That is what you should stick to do, because people of their kind, when you take them to a service-based related, they'll say, what do they want to do for me? I can't even see it, because their words will be more of CCC. So make sure that you look out for a product-based organization. A real estate that is selling houses is a product-based. You can now see them. Work with those ones. But if it's a real estate that is saying agro to home, it's a service-based organization. Until they get to home, come and join them when they've started building home. So just be rest assured with that. But if you are the type that receiving gifts seems to be your love language, you can also work as a service or a product-based. And I can explain this. If giving gifts to people is something you love, why not create a service around it? And then during weddings, during events, during seasons period like this, you can simply and easily create packages for people, and you can realize that some people will start bringing out hamper in this period and start going out there, put it all out. Oh, buy this gift, buy this. Those people, their number one love language is gifts. But people they didn't know that that is who they are, and then stick to it. Even there are some some organization now on Instagram. They will go and do branding for company, GTB, Access, and then go and meet them and say, okay, let's do this stuff for every of your customer that sign up, for every of your customer that do this, for every of customer that do that. There are better business out there if we can look inward towards our love language. And why? We will never be frustrated. We will enjoy what we are going to give birth to, and we will enjoy the process of its innovation, and then the business will go great, and then great things will happen as follows. So we now say our love well, if it's channeled in business, we'll get results that will lead us to greatness. If we channel our love well properly, it will lead our business into things of greatness. So the closing quote, Steve Jobs says, the only way to do great work is to love what we do. But if you haven't found it, keep looking and don't settle. Don't settle. So I'm going to give an illustration that let's make year 2020 a year where we're going to use it to search what we love to do, even if we're not going to be paid for it. And then let's see the results that will come out of it. Thank you so much for joining us online.